Okay? Ladies, ma'ams, girlies, whatever you want to call yourself, boo, sis, miss, Mrs., any title that you have for yourself, it don't matter to me. But we need to talk, okay? Every year that rolls over, we always evaluate ourselves and where we are in life. So for my melanated, beautiful individuals, my beautifully melanated women, girls, feminine energies, I need to have a conversation with you. Because there are 5 things that I really seriously need for all of us to leave in 2022. We need to leave it wherever it started. It need to be left in the 90s. It need to be left in the 80s. It need to be left wherever the it came from. Because we have no time nor energy to focus on these things anymore, okay? We're about to get into it. We need to talk. To talk. And I'm gonna start nice and slow. I'm gonna take it easy for y'all, okay? Number 5 on the list of things that us as Black women need to leave behind permanently, whether it was from 2022 or whenever, is stereotypes. We need to stop stereotyping and we need to stop playing into these stereotypes. Anything in your mind that centers around what you should be or shouldn't be needs to be removed. The way we put ourselves in boxes really limits us to the true potential that we have within our spirit. As a woman, you're multifaceted. As an individual, you're multifaceted. So whoever you are, you can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. But when we stereotype not only ourselves but other people, it makes us limited to what that stereotype details. So, just for me, at least, if not for me, for yourself, can we please leave the stereotypes and titles and categories that we put ourselves in the past where they belong and just be ourselves? Now, let's move on to number 4. The 4th thing that I need for Black women to leave in 2022 or in the past where it belongs is this crazy obsession that we have with fame and the elites, okay? I can't speak for anyone else but myself. So as a Black woman, this is something that I feel our culture and our group as women would benefit from, is to leave the fame obsession in the past, okay? Let me expand upon this by saying that there's nothing wrong with having dreams. There's nothing wrong with having role models. There's nothing wrong with having a particular group of people who you look up to or who you aspire to be like. But there's a slippery slope with that. That's something that we all have to do in moderation, because your role models and famous people who you may look up to may disappoint you. People like Lori Harvey, people like Keke Palmer. These are just a few examples of some of the people lately that you guys have been disappointed by. People like Rihanna. You see where I'm going with this. So let's try to look up to ourselves. Let's try to focus on all of the accomplishments that we've made as individuals to motivate us to move forward, because you should have dreams and you should have aspirations and there should be things in your life that you work for. But the frame upon which you base your success should not be based on unrealistic standards that you see from people who are in an elitist type of society. We gotta leave that behind, okay? Because I'm tired of seeing girls and young women go broke or ruin their lives in relationships or pregnancies because they saw somebody famous do it. It's a totally different ball game when you out here looking regular, okay? And I'm not saying you guys are regular. Like, when I say regular, I need you guys to know that I don't mean that you're regular as in you have no talents or skills. I just mean that you are not afforded the same luxuries or given the same, I guess, leniency. I was looking for privileges. That's the word, privileges, that people in those positions are given. All of the people who you see either on a magazine or on TV or on some type of social media platform, they're regular humans. Okay, trust me, they're regular humans. And if you put too much energy as an individual in what these regular humans are doing and you build them up in your mind on this pedestal or this platform, they're going to eventually disappoint you. Like, even creators, content creators on YouTube, even people who you see who are semi-famous or semi-notable, they have a little bit of notoriety or they've gotten a little bit of clout or they have a certain amount of followers. Like, we need to leave idolizing individuals in the past. We need to stop idolizing people, period, because it's really causing us to have these unrealistic expectations of ourselves that really, I feel, are detrimental to our overall growth and well-being. If you look up to yourself, if you look back on everything that you've been through in your life and you review, maybe even write down all the accomplishments that you've made, you're gonna find that you've been through a lot and you've accomplished a lot and you've done a lot. I can guarantee it.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
I can guarantee it, okay? I know that there are things that you should be proud of that you were able to do yourself and that it doesn't take being famous to be able to do. And maybe it's even harder because you're not famous. So those are the things that I feel like should be looked up to and should be idolized, are the accomplishments that we make ourselves. So as a Black woman or just an individual who is watching this video who wants to enrich their life, that's one of the major things that I feel like needs to be left behind. Because if we're not focusing on this unrealistic fame complex, then we won't overextend ourselves in ways that are unhealthy. Let's move on to number 3, you guys. So the number 3 thing that I feel like Black women need to leave in 2022 or in the past where it belongs is gossip. Okay, we gotta stop gossiping about everything and everybody. We have to stop putting that energy out into the space of the universe where it could possibly come back to us. Because the more that you talk about other people, the more that you're giving energy and life to what those people are doing. You're speaking power over their life. Because whether you're saying something positive about them or something that may be negative about them, you're still giving them your energy by speaking about them. Understand, this is something that I want us as Black women to understand, is that with the energy that we hold and the level of anointedness that we have from the universe, our words have even more power than the average individual. Instead of speaking about other people or speaking on what other people have, even if it's not negative, even if it's positive, speaking on other people takes away the power that you have to speak over yourself. Now, let's be clear. I'm not talking about people who do commentary for educational purposes or journalism purposes. I'm talking about people who either gossip negatively about another person or idolize another person's accomplishments over their own. And I'm not saying that you can't do both at the same time, but why would you want to give any of your power to another person's situation when that could be energy reserved for making whatever you want in life come to fruition? We have to learn how powerful we are, and that comes with practice. That comes with identifying the issue and realizing what is holding us back. And that's really one thing that I feel like is holding us back. We talk too much about other people. We talk too much about other races and other women. And if we would just speak more life over our own life, a lot of the things that we dream of, a lot of the things that we want would be a lot easier to come to fruition because we're putting our words to power. Number 2, you guys, let's go ahead and get into it. It's self-doubt and comparison, which coincides with the gossip. We need to stop comparing ourselves to other people, to our parents or relatives that have come before us, or simply comparing ourselves to each other. We need to stop comparing ourselves to other people and other groups. We are our own group. We are individuals. There is no comparison, okay? We need to also stop comparing ourselves to our past, who we were in the past, and our parents, what they went through. And finally, we need to stop comparing ourselves to each other, because the only thing that that's doing, like whenever we make comparisons about ourselves or other people or what we've been through in the past, the only thing that it's doing is taking a weakness that we may have and keeping it as a weakness. It's not transmuting that weakness into a strength. If you've been a certain way in the past and you're deciding to make a change, I don't give a if it's the past, like years ago, in the measurement of years, I don't care what measurement of time it is in the past. It doesn't matter. We have to stop comparing ourselves to our past and in a negative way, holding ourselves back from what we're able to accomplish because of what we haven't been able to do. It always needs to be focused positively on what we have been able to accomplish. That comparison is fine. When you look at what you were able to do this year versus what you were able to do last year, that's okay. That's fine. But if you think,
oh, well, I wasn't able to start my channel last year, so I'm probably not going to be able to do it this year because it's just hard. It's just a lot, and I don't have the materials, and I still haven't made enough money to get the right camera.
You know, that type of stuff has to go. Anything that our parents may have done, or grandparents or aunts, we have to stop comparing ourselves to those people and what they've been able to accomplish. We have to stop comparing ourselves to other races because those are other races, and they don't have nearly the amount of trauma and just built up baggage that we've had to endure as Black women. We have to be able to move past it and understand that we are individuals. And then the whole thing with comparing ourselves to each other with like Black excellence and colorism, light skin versus dark skin, pretty girls versus the plain Janes, or whatever you want to call it has to stop because it's not doing anything but tearing us down. It's like pitting us against each other, which has been the main focus, okay, of the entire existence of melanated individuals, is pitting them against each other. I don't get what people don't understand about that. Like, in my opinion, I'm a pretty girl and a plain Jane. I'm dark skinned in certain situations because in certain rooms I'm darker than everybody else, and in certain situations I'm not. I'm light skinned. Some situations I'm caramel, brown skin, Hershey chocolate, I don't care. I'm Black and I'm proud of it, and it's fine. And it doesn't matter what type of Black I am, how I wear my Black, what my Black look like on Monday versus what it looked like on Friday. It really doesn't matter. It's a waste of time, and it's very frustrating to people like me who, I don't know who people like me are. I guess people who have healed beyond a certain level. Like, there are some women that have really taken the healing journey seriously, and when we doubt ourselves and compare ourselves to other people, either within our own group or within other groups, it's literally taking away our power. If you've done any type of healing work, or if you've done anything to work on your shadows or deep emotions, trauma that has been suppressed through different experiences in your life, you will realize that, and you'll stop arguing about it because it's pointless and it's a waste of time and energy. Most important, number one, you guys, the most important thing that I need Black women to leave in 2022 and beyond, to infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
I need for us to leave the reproductive and sexual irresponsibility in the past. I need you to take care of your body. I need you to take your vitamins. I need you to go to the doctor. I need you to ask questions of the people who you are planning on being intimate with or sleeping with or having any type of sexual contact with. We have to leave the reproductive and sexual irresponsibility in the past. Ooh.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh my God! Wow! Some of y'all might not want to hear it.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
But if you want to know why I say this, it's because I have 3 children by 2 different men, and the part of my life where I was not being sexually responsible or reproductively responsible have caused me to have so many delays and setbacks in my life compared to what it would have been without those situations taking place. Now, I am a firm believer that whatever's meant for you is meant for you, and can't nobody take away what's meant for you. And whenever you're meant to do whatever you're meant to do is when you're meant to do it. But at the same time, I feel like we have to be more responsible if we want to break ourselves out of these generational curses and out of these traumatic bonds that we tend to get ourselves in as Black women. If we're more responsible with our reproductive health, then that means we won't be having a bunch of babies by a bunch of deadbeats. Because right now is not the time to be having babies. I mean, for me, in terms of the average Black woman, because I consider myself to be an average Black woman, I don't have any problem with saying that I'm average. It doesn't mean my personality is average or my abilities are average. It just means that I'm in a category of women who there are more of. Basically, guys, women who are less protected and held to a higher standard. Thank you. Okay. Now, the unaverage Black woman would be the Black woman who is the Rihanna or the Keke Palmer or the Lori Harveys that have more money and they can do more because they have that financial backing. But for the average woman, every single day, I need for us to understand that there's nothing wrong with saying that you are in that category, first of all, because it doesn't mean that you're any less than. It just means that there's more of you and we have more things in common with each other versus the people who are in those same type categories. And that just means that we have to be more careful because more than likely we're not making the same as a Lori Harvey or a Rihanna or a Keke Palmer. We're probably not getting the same type of assistance as anyone who has that type of name or is in a more fame conscious group. I don't even know what to call it because the bullshit. Stop having babies with deadbeats. That's what I'm saying. It's not cute. It's not easy. It's not just gonna be poof, taken care of, and then your kid gonna be grown and you can make TikToks together. It's hard, okay? So we need to be responsible with our reproductive organs because it's a portal and we're bringing life into the world. And when you bring life into the world, you're bringing energies into the world. And if you're bringing energies into the world with a person who has negative energy, then your portal is being used for negativity, okay? We have to be responsible. So whether that means abstinence, whether that means birth control, whether that means, I don't know, whatever your choice is based on what you discuss with your doctor, because I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, honey. That's up to you. But there needs to be some type of responsibility when it comes to our reproductivity. Before it even gets to reproductivity, we need to be responsible with our sexuality. We need to be making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Whatever that means for you, like I said, whether it means vitamins, whether it means healthy eating, whether it means an exercise regimen that you implement in your life, or whether it just means, abstaining and not having intercourse with people, you got to be careful. And we can no longer just be caught up as Black women in the moment because we're literally fooling around with people who are either infecting us mentally, physically, or spiritually, okay, or killing us long or short term. Because sometimes having a kid with the wrong person will take years off your life. That's the main thing. I had to get that off my chest, honey. Woo. Okay, so I hope this video has helped you guys. I really love y'all. And I don't say these things to make anybody feel bad. I honestly just say these things because I feel like there's things that need to be said that people are scared to say. And we might as well say it now so that we don't have to keep reliving this same trauma over and over again, because if you think that this is the first time you lived this life as a Black woman, it's not. And there were probably other people in your family who've repeated lifetimes, because we're just not. It for whatever reason, it's not sticking. The same mentality that we've had since the poorhouse and the slave house is the same mentality that a lot of people are perpetuating and carrying into this new age of Aquarius. And that's a contradiction. We can't be doing that. We got to do something different. So I hope this video has helped you guys maybe to have a different perspective. If you feel like there's anything else I left behind regarding what we need to leave behind as Black women in 2023, drop it below. Put it in the comments, girl. Let me know, because then I might make another video and highlight whatever you said, because I know I probably forgot some things, but these are the things for me that I want for my girls, my sisters, my boos to leave behind. And before you go, you guys be sure to subscribe if you're new. Be sure to hit the like button, you guys. Turn post notifications to all so that you can be caught up every time I post. And you guys remember, that's why they call them mom jeans, because everybody can't fit in them, boo. Bye.